Ever wondered how some people you meet seem to have no fear whatsoever? You know those people who go skydiving every weekend, climb thousands of feet up the mountains just to snowboard down a slide? That's probably pretty safe, as long as you avoid the trees, that is. The people who have marathon have the scariest movies that you've seen, but you don't even blink before you fall asleep. Well, even if you envy them, there is a way to conquer your own fear. You'll just have to pay the consequences. Get on your passenger seat bus, and at your long distance, Greyhound is usually a good pick. Anyway, the road, who is no longer than 24 hours, get a window facing the seat, then stare at the sun waiting until it's set. Just before the sun touches the horizon, you close your eyes so hard. Try not to do not turn away. Just look at everything else. Cover your ears if you have to. After a while, you'll notice that the bus has stopped moving and the signal that you can open your eyes. And when you do, you see a gas station, only illuminated by a few flickering of fluorescent lights. There would be no sun, no moon, no stars in the sky. The convenience store will have its windows boarded up, but the sign will say open. If you feel you can't go through it, get back on the bus, return to your seat, and fall asleep. You'll wake up at the sunrise the next day, and well on your way whenever the bus was going. If you enter the store, the door will slam shut behind you, and you will spend an unknown amount of time there, living out your worst nightmares to make it look real. If you survive the ordeal without going mad, you will awake back on the bus and it reaches to your destination. Nothing will ever scare you again. Some say that after going through this ordeal, everything simply pales in a comparison. Others say that from the real room contains in its all its fear that you'll ever feel in your life, and exposing yourself to all of it at once keeps you from feeling any more. However, can you only be done once? There are some exceptions to the ability as well. And all I know is that if you try to repeat this feat, the sign on the door will say closed. And that, my little pretties, was The Abandoned Convenience Store. My final thoughts on the story? Well, I could definitely say this one is actually a pretty well made creepypasta. Like it's a short one, yes, but I could definitely say it's a really good story. It's about, this abandoned convenience store and somebody's telling you about this one abandoned convenience store of, facing your fears and that could happen. Which I'm definitely gonna say that this one is actually a pretty interesting story. It's a pretty interesting one, dude. I could definitely say it was a pretty good one, in fact. I could definitely say that I remember reading this story. Well, I believe maybe, well, I don't remember when this story was made. Maybe probably in 2014 or something. I know it's an old pasta, so let me see. It might have been written around 2014, 2015, around that time, but I could definitely say it's a really good story. So I could definitely say I really do enjoy this story, and there's a good reason for that. One of them being I really do like the fact that this is actually believable. Like, I've seen abandoned gas stations while, I'm on the road with, my mom and my brother, and we have happened to go through few back roads to find a few, well, abandoned gas stations and that, so we have been through a few of them. And I could definitely see that this might be a very good concept and it's actually pretty interesting. But not only that, I could definitely, see that this one was actually a pretty interesting pasta. Now, I could definitely say there's a lot of great concept with this pasta that I actually really liked. I actually liked that this pasta actually made sense. Now, surprisingly, I'm gonna sit here and say right now that I've seen some people who sat there and narrated this pasta. At least a couple of people sat there and narrated the pasta. It's actually pretty good, to be honest. I actually really do enjoy the pasta. So I could definitely say that this pasta actually did pretty good. In a matter of ways, I definitely have to say that this one was actually a pretty good story. Now, I could definitely say that I love how this story went out. It was really well made and detailed. It was amazing, really well made, and it was just really great. And I could definitely say the grammar of this story is really good. I'm definitely impressed with the author for making the grammar good. The punctuation was good, the sentence structure was good, and this is actually very believable. Like, anybody running into this, like, or passing through, a quiet town or something, see abandoned gas stations, this is actually pretty something. Like, I remember back when I used to go to work at a riding stable, I passed by an abandoned gas station, and I think they renovated it and turned it into a new one, which was understanding and pretty cool movie. Well, a pretty good you could say pretty cool, interesting place. So I could definitely say that there's definitely a lot of great time and effort into the story. Another thing I could really say is the protagonist explaining what could happen if you go in there. Well, my theory is that if people went in there, chances are whatever their fear is lying in there and want people to face their own fear, even though if it happened a while ago. But if people who don't make it out alive is most likely died in the store or something. At least that's just to me, that is. I think it's just paranormal or something. That could be just my theory on this story, but you guys can, express your own theory on this, because I would love to hear your theories on the comments section. So feel free to let me know what your theories are on this convenience store. My guess is that the convenience store is somewhat haunted, but yet again, I could be wrong on that. I'm not really too sure, but feel free to let me know in the comments below on that, because I would really like to hear your thoughts and opinions on that. So, is there anything I could say I wasn't really sure? Well, one thing is a little confusing is how would the store be open if it was boarded up and say open? Like, if normally if a place has been abandoned, like a gas station or something, they will usually board up the door too. And even though the windows are boarded up, they would board it up the door as well, or at least lock it. Like, I'm not sure how would it be possible for it to be unlocked, but you guys can maybe just let me know what your opinions are on this theory. I have a theory that maybe somebody did lock, like, the store or something, but someone unlocked it, which it could be paranormal or something, but that's just my theory on that. But if you guys want to express your theory on this story, feel free to. I would really like to check out your opinions. So, with that being the case, yeah, like I'm gonna say right now, before I wrap up the review, I'm gonna say I'm not sure who the original author is, so yeah, it's gonna be anonymous for a while. If I do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to give him or her proper credit, because this is an awesome story. I gotta commend the author for making such an awesome story like this. So if I do find out who the original author is, I'll definitely make sure to give him or her proper credit in the description and all that. That's only if I could find the original author. But anyways, with that being the case, I'm gonna sit there and wrap up the review. The only main negative I have to say, it's not really a big one, but I could definitely say the one thing I could definitely say that I wasn't really a fan, well, not really a fan of, but what was confusing, however, was that how would the convenience store be open if the window is boarded up and not the door? That's just only my only negative of this story. It's not a big one, but it's just a little confusing one at that. So, with that being the case, I'm going to sit there and say right now that this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of the story, I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. It's a pretty good story, really well made, it's very well detailed, even though it's short, and I could maybe hope that it was going to be a little longer, but it's still a pretty good story. I'm not going to lie, it's still a really good story. So, with that being said and that being the case, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done person to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out of here. And I'll be catching you all in the next video. So, yeah, peace out, everyone. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm